On to question 4. In the past, there has not been a multi-year strategic plan that guided budget priorities or was directly linked to student outcomes. This means that each year, our community schools face zero-sum dynamic where access to limited resources are not made based on long-term vision for our county schools, but rather based on a crisis framework that continues to happen annually. How are you, as a school board member, if elected, going to advocate for and help build out a multi-year strategic plan and budget that is open and accessible to our community and maintains an equity lens?
So I have served our community as a volunteer and my church as a volunteer and on boards for several years. And one of the most frustrating board meetings I was ever in was about a playground. We were being asked to make a decision about the surfacing for a playground that was not designed, that did not have a site, and that we were not fully informed as to the legal requirements of that playground. What responsible decision could we make as a board in that moment? When boards are put into a position to make decisions without a strategic plan, they are bound to make decisions that are not fully informed, that can pull that organization away from its primary mission, and certainly do not move the organization forward. I have great respect for the Mayor's Budget Working Group, which was a group of really, really smart business people in Hamilton County who volunteered their time and turned the Hamilton County Department of Education budget inside out. They strongly recommend a long-term strategic plan, and I stand behind that 100%. That plan would be developed by the Hamilton County Department of Education, and I would advocate that it include community involvement or community participation, as well as participation from our other elected bodies. Because if our county commission and county mayor and our foundations, if we're not all playing from the same playbook, we're not going to get very far. I think that is all I have to say about that. Well, with the exception of, work like that takes time. It's not always fun to do strategic planning. It takes a lot of organization. It takes a significant commitment of resources, of human time, and even cost. But in all of my experiences with it, I know that it's worth it. And it's pretty exciting when you've got a strategic plan that everybody rallies around, and then you find yourself achieving those goals even faster than you thought you would. Wouldn't it be great if our 5-year plan turned into a 3-year plan because we started marking stuff off our list? Thanks.
I was a part of the budget meeting this morning with the county and got to see that, yes, Dr. Johnson and his team were making great strides and they were very exciting. As I've said to so many people before, I don't want to create the change. The change is already being created. I just want to bring my skills and be utilized any way that I can. No, I don't want to do the job for anybody in central office, but if Dr. Johnson asked me to fill that data analytics position, I sure would. I would take it tomorrow. It'd be a lot of fun.
You gotta be on school board.
And so I want to bring the fact that I do that all the time in any way that I can to the school board. I do that for my church. I'm a part of that planning committee for my church, and we have an extensive plan. We have a 10-year, we have a 20-year, a 30-year, and 50-year plan. And I'm a part of that, showing the automated way that we change money, move it around, even when unexpected things happen. For example, this morning at the budget meeting for the county, there were a lot of questions coming from county commissioners about, well, why have we moved this? What is this new segment that we're looking at now? Where did this money go? And Dr. Johnson and his team can only do what they can because they are not given, here's $50,000, go spend it. They have to guess at a number. They have to use what they've seen in the past to come close to a number, and they might get money taken away and they might get money added throughout the time that they are working through the budget, as has happened several different times. This is something that I have done when working at marketing agencies and with my own clients. Getting PhD level education in the business analytics program at UTC has taught me how to use billions of data points to project so that no matter what happens, you are ready for that and you have meet it with thresholds to understand how to adapt when things change. I want to continue to bring that in any way that I can. A good example of this, I don't have a great website doing that, but a great example of this is called the Ohio Checkbook. And this is something that I provide directly to my church, but we don't have that great of a website. But if you look up the Ohio Checkbook, this is a perfect example that shows every single way that every penny is spent in Ohio, every state dollar is spent, and it includes specifically the expense types. You can scroll through the top expense types to see where are they spending money, and then also the companies that are getting most of that money, whether or not they're inside the state. It shows where the state dollars go at all times.